There's an incident that refers to this exact matter we're talking about, depression. Did depression exist in the time of the Prophet ﷺ? Was it recognized? Yes, it was. Was something done about it? Was it acknowledged? Was it addressed? Yes, it was. One day the Prophet ﷺ, he came into the masjid. He saw a Sahabi known as Abu Umama radiallahu anhu sitting in the masjid by himself. It wasn't a time of salah, so the Prophet ﷺ was intrigued. He asked him, Ya Abu Umama, why are you in the masjid? And it's not the time of salah. Normally people would be at work, they would be doing stuff. But why are you here? What's brought you here? He asked him. So Abu Umama said, Ya Rasulullah, I had been overwhelmed with debt. And due to that, I'm feeling extreme grief or perhaps depression and anxiety, he said. So the Prophet ﷺ, he sat with him and he comforted him and he consoled him. And then he gave him a prescription. He said to him, Ya Abu Umama, I'll give you a prescription. If you do it the way I tell you, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will get rid of your debts, He'll pay off your debts for you and get rid of your grief and your depression and your anxiety and so on. So Abu Umama said, what is it, Ya Rasulullah? He wants to know, right? The Prophet ﷺ, he told him every single morning to say this specific dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazan wal-ajzi wal-kasal wal-bukhli wal-jubn wa ghalabati ad-dayni wa qahri al-rijal. To say, Allahumma, Ya Allah, oh Allah, I seek refuge in you and your protection from al-ham. Al-ham, it is anxiety. Wal-hazan. Al-hazan, it is extreme grief or depression. Wal-ajzi wal-kasal. Al-ajz, it is being incapable or helpless. And kasal is laziness. Wal-bukhli wal-jubn. Al-bukhl, it is miserliness and stinginess or being greedy. Wal-jubn is cowardice. Wa ghalabati ad-dayn, being overwhelmed with debt. Wa qahri al-rijal, and being overpowered by other men. Now if you notice something here, the majority of the things that the Prophet ﷺ taught Abu Umama to say to ask Allah to protect him from, they are mental illnesses, anxiety, depression, feeling helpless, right? Even laziness, and it's caused by these matters that I mentioned at the end. Being overwhelmed with debt, it causes anxiety, it causes depression, and being overpowered by other men. It makes you feel helpless, and it causes cowardice, and so on, right? And stinginess, etc. So the Prophet ﷺ taught him to say that every day, without fail. He said, that's the prescription. You have to say it every morning. Abu Umama, he started doing it. A few days later, Abu Umama came back to the Prophet ﷺ extremely jolly. He said, Ya Rasulullah, he wants to tell me information. The Prophet ﷺ sees him and he's thinking, what's the matter, Ya Abu Umama? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I have good news. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has paid off my debt, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala got rid of my sadness and my grief and my depression and so on by making that dua every day.